The first question I have on this story is, number one, where were Adam Schiff and Weird Al at the time of this person's conception? It's a good question. After they just tried to impeach the president for inciting an insurrection and violent language that was entirely and explicitly peaceful, you would think that the left would be doing everything they can right now to stay away from hyperbolic, violent, insightful language. You would think. I wonder what this guy's two dads think. This says MSNBC guest and writer-at-large for The Bulwark, Tim Miller, said on Wednesday that he wishes Americans could, quote, blow up all the Trump buildings and erase former President Trump from their memory, Men in Black style. That's legitimately what their correspondents and pundits think of you. I know that you know this, but it's worth pointing out. So they say on the Deadline White House program, Nicolle Wallace has Tim Miller and another person on, and Tim decides to say the following.
I wish we could just kind of blow up all the Trump buildings like that with nobody in them and just kind of erase them from our memory, Men in Black style. But like we can't. The poll out yesterday had him with over 50% for 2024.
That's right, Tim. It has Trump over 50% in 2024. So if you think that the hyperbolic, useless idiot language, and that's what you are now, Tim. You are a useless idiot. You were useful to them before the election, but now you're a liability. You're on the network showing your ass, saying you want to blow up a bunch of Trump buildings? I know you said with no one inside, because you want to get rid of the Trump memory. But it's not going to go anywhere. So Nicolle Wallace started the segment by saying, I don't feel bad playing it. Is this the implosion of the Trump property? There it is. There it goes. Is that a metaphor, Tim? Are we done? Is this Trump and all that he ushered in? Are we done? It is imploding, she says, jokingly to Tim Miller, the guy that you just saw. This is her playing a video of Trump Tower collapsing over and over, and they're reveling in it. It's a controlled demolition of an older building. But because it's a Trump property that's imploding, they're having like this gleeful little satanic J.O. session. Wallace noted that the Biden administration seems weary talking about the former president. This is not a White House that sort of speaks without thinking. Did you guys watch the town hall? They're done talking about Trump. Yeah, they may be, but you're not. Quote, I think that the Biden White House is and should be. And I think that President Biden has done exactly what he promised. And I think it's worked for him politically. And as you pointed out in the polls, the rest of us aren't done with him, and I know it's all frustrating. That's what Tim Miller said. Says, quote, I've heard from folks when I'm firing off tweets about Trump telling me to shut up about it. I wish you'd just be quiet and not talk about him anymore. And I understand that point of view. Everyone wants to move on. I wish we could just blow up all the Trump buildings like that with nobody in them and just kind of erase them from our memory, Men in Black style, but we can't. So you heard that. He then pontificates about how mad he was that Trump was even on Fox News before because he was giving his reaction to Rush Limbaugh's death and saying he's not going anywhere. He's still got a stranglehold over the party, which is why all these cowards voted to let him off in the Senate over the weekend. I hope that we can move on. I'm enjoying the metaphor that you're putting forward, the explosion, the controlled demo implosion of a Trump building. I'm enjoying the metaphor, Nicolle, but I think sadly, while Joe Biden has a big job to do, some of the rest of us are still going to keep our eyes on what's happening in Mar-a-Lago, because I don't think he's going anywhere. Well, Tim, you and I agree on one thing. Trump is way ahead in the polling already for 2024. And I guess the other thing would be that he's not going anywhere. So take those to the bank, buddy. Like the video, share this video with someone you know, and comment below. I also added a new Patreon link, not that I'm asking for anybody to give. We don't need money, but we could always update things and keep it growing. So there is a Patreon link available. And then if you could, do everything else that you could do personally, professionally, individually, independently, as an American, to keep this nation afloat.